Now I have all of my food colored and it's on plates, and now is really the hard part. Now, let me first of all talk about something tremendously important. Even though this course is about Adobe Illustrator, we're all illustrators, and we still have to understand how to lay out artwork in a pleasing fashion. Let me show you something that will be horribly and utterly boring. I'm going to place one piece of food in each corner. And we would have the food menu going all like this. But holy cow, I mean, this is something that is boring, and it's going to not be appealing to anyone because we have too much symmetry. Symmetry is great when you're doing architecture and you're doing, things that are inorganic. But on something like food, something that's supposed to be fun and appealing, no, you want to have a party on this menu. So we have to design it so that it's appealing to the customer. Now, even though I did this menu already, I'm going to do this with you guys, and we're going to rearrange this to make it look great. So what we have to do is make things look fun. So I'm going to grab the hamburger and stuff, and I'm going to resize this pretty large like so. And I'm going to play around with the placement of it and see where it looks good. Okay, so let's see here. I'm not sure where that's going to go. We have to look at the shape of things. Okay, I'm going to grab the pancakes and move them over. I'll take his plate. Actually, let me group these guys together. Okay, I'll group the plates. I'll group the coffee mug. I'll group all these plates with the food they're with, so we don't have to have this problem. Put the fries back on the plate and group it all together. So what we have to do is we have to position things so they're appealing. So let's think. We can make the coffee mug quite large, but then again, it will make the food look kind of small. That wouldn't work. So if the mug is massive, we then have the problem of it no longer being a coffee mug, and now it's a soup bowl. So this is a cafe, so that's not going to work. We'll put that back down. Since it's a cafe, having a gigantic hamburger might be cool, but once again, we want to focus on the most important thing when you go to a cafe or a diner, which is pretty much your coffee, your breakfast, and the other food here. So we have to once again play around with this. Now what I'm going to do, I think, is take this hamburger and make it pretty big, and I'm going to move it down here so we see the plate and we also see the fries. Don't forget, this is the cutoff point here, so I'm going to drag the hamburger just a little bit off like so. Alright, I think that works so far. Now what I'm going to do is I will take the pancakes and we'll put them, let's see, more in the center, and we'll scale this up, and not as big as the hamburger. Now I also don't want to do this. I don't want to have a connect the dots kind of thing or a tic-tac-toe thing where I have things going in a diagonal. That too is boring. So I'm going to take the pancakes and scale them down and see where they should go right about there. Now the steak and the hamburgers are interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and size that up a little bit like so. And I'm also thinking about where the logo is going to go while I'm moving this. So the logo could go here, the logo could go here, it could even go in the center, and it could even go right there, right in the middle of the whole menu. So while we're doing this, you have to be cognizant of the whole design. We can even overlap things. So we can put the steak back there, and we could say to ourselves, all right, we're going to have like the dinner menu, or we can have the Visa and MasterCard logo there if you guys trace that. But once again, like I said, this is really the tricky part. This is the part where people have a lot of pitfall because you have a lot of text that you have to put here as well. So we can also make a platter. We could take these two things here, and this could be a platter for friends. So you have a hamburger, you have your steaks, and then we can have the pancake stack, maybe go up here. And if I'm moving things around a lot, it's because I'm actually thinking right alongside you guys to try to put this in a spot that makes sense. Once again, I'm trying to avoid having a traffic jam here. We can even have everything kind of on the bottom. We can even send the coffee mug to the back of everything. And that could be interesting, and have all the menu items kind of going in 3 columns here. So we could take the name of the place and we could put it right there, and we can have our stacks of text right there. So I kind of like this arrangement actually. I'm going to bring my pancake stack to the front, and I'm going to move this over just a little bit and move the cup over. And this is, like I said before, different from the other thing. But we do have a lot of visual interest. We have a massive hamburger that's kind of in our face. We have some steaks in the back. We have a cup of coffee back here, and we have some flapjacks or pancakes. And this is kind of like a little menu where we have like a whole bunch of items and we can choose what we want. So we can even have this as a buffet menu. So I think this is a nice arrangement. We've taken what was boring, having things in the corners, having things symmetrical, and we've given it a nice placement. So I invite you guys to do the same thing. Move things around until you find something that works, something that's got harmony, and something that has energy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to work on the background and come up with something fun and appealing and works with the food. Last but not least, we will go ahead and place the text.